Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be making a inexpensive bobber or strike indicator with a wine cork. Found this old wine cork on a riverbank. You can get them, I don't know, anywhere, probably off of Amazon for really cheap. And today we're just going to be using a wine cork. This one's pretty small already, so it won't be a need to cut this at all. But if it is, I'd say I like my indicators about an inch tall. If they are, just cut them down to the right size, and that'll be good. And really the only thing you need is a cork, a drill, and maybe a stick to fit the hole in the indicator. Okay, so all we're going to do really is you just take the cork and then your drill, put a hole right in the middle of the cork, fairly large hole, and then basically all you gotta do is take a little knife and just round out the edge here. So I will do that now. Okay, I'll be using a razor blade, but you can just use a knife. Okay, and basically all you're going to do is just cut that sharp point off, or the sharp edge off of that indicator or bobber. And basically what this does is it just makes it cast a little bit further, and a little bit better. Especially with the fly rod, you don't want to be casting a square around, because that just creates too much drag, and it's pretty difficult to cast. So basically you just cut all along the edge there, and I'd like to have as round as an indicator as possible. Like I said, just casts so much better. With a bobber though, if you're going to be using conventional tackle, doesn't really matter. And make sure to put some split shot on, and should be good. Okay. And now that side's rounded off, I'm going to do this side. Okay, and one of the reasons why I like cork, you could use foam if you wanted to. Foam is also really good. But one of the reasons why I like cork is because you can really adapt it to situations. You can make it smaller, bigger, really fast, and it can support a lot of weight. Plus, it's really light and it's pretty durable too. Okay, just like that. Now it's pretty round, pretty aerodynamic. It'll cast fairly well. These float really good. They can support a lot of weight. You can put pretty fair amount of split shot under it. And another thing that you can do is just take a piece of pretty high grit sandpaper and you just smoothen it out a little bit. That still just helps it cast even further. And that's probably what I'm going to do on this one, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, so this is 80 grit sandpaper. It's probably the highest I'd use. It's a really coarse sandpaper, and basically all you want to do is just make a little circular shape with your fingers, just kind of like that. And you're just going to put it on the sandpaper and just kind of sand that thing down, and like twist the indicator. Like I said, I like the roundest possible. The more round it is, the better it will cast, and probably the better it will float. I don't really know what shape floats the best. I think round does, but probably doesn't really matter. And also, the more round it is, the less sound it will make when you jerk it up from the water. If you have a square indicator, when you go to cast it, it'll make that popping noise. And you don't really want that because it'll spook the fish, especially if you're fishing for smaller fish. Steelhead doesn't really matter, they don't care. But I'd say if you're fishing for anything smaller than like a steelhead or a bass, maybe, I would definitely make a square, or I mean a circle indicator. And another little thing you can do if you really want to, well, not spend money, but if you want to make another cheap little indicator, a little bit better than the cork indicators, what you can do is you can literally just go around on a riverbank and just look for old foam bobbers. Just look for old foam bobbers, and you can go cut the weight off, and then that'd be a good indicator too. But if you don't want to do that, or you don't want to spend the money and go buy bobbers, this is a good alternative. Okay, so once you have it sanded down to shape, there's that nice big hole in the middle. I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and two things you could do for this indicator. You could put the line through it and loop the line back around it, pull it tight. And I'll show you that method, and I'll show you another method, and then the advantages and disadvantages of each. So, alright guys, so here's the two methods that you could use to put these indicators on your leader. Both are fairly good, but I do prefer one over the other. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first method is fairly simple. All you need is your leader. Say this is my leader. All you do is you feed the line through one end of the indicator. Then you take the same line that you just fed through it, and you feed it back through the top. Okay, take the end, pull it tight, and there you go. Your indicator is nice and secure on there. And it typically won't move a lot, but the only reason why I don't like this way is because it cuts the cork. If you're going to use foam, this is a good method, but I don't like doing this with cork because it can cut right through the cork, especially when pulled too tight. So the method that I like to use with cork and foam, all you do is you feed the line through, like that, and then you take a stick or some sort of pin or stop, okay, big enough to fit in the hole, and that'll stop it. Just push that in there, and your line is nice and secure. Now the reason why I prefer this over the other methods is because it doesn't crimp the line as bad, and it doesn't cut the indicator. So you still have a perfect working indicator, and you don't lose as many of them. And that's going to be just as tight on there as the other one. Doesn't move while you're casting. And it also kind of helps it stay balanced and float, because as you can see, that little part sticks down into the water, and that just kind of keeps it stay upright and going in the right direction. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you learned a little bit from it. Sorry, like I said in the last video, sorry I can't go fishing. It's just been too cold. Rivers, I just drove over the river a couple days ago, and it was completely frozen over. So, sorry about that, but I'll try to get a fishing video as soon as possible. So just tell me what else you guys want to see, any flies you want me to tie. I know you guys want to see fishing videos, but like I said, I probably can't do that. So yeah, see you in the next one.